Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. And welcome, my friends, to PSA Hell. One final thing to note on this page is the writer, Mark Millar. We'll probably be seeing more from him in the future, mainly because he's one of those creators who works best while on a leash. You take him off of that leash and suddenly he's writing stories about rich assholes deciding to be horrific supervillains simply because they're bored, or dumbasses deciding to become superheroes because they're bored. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Kick-Ass, but whatever floats your boat. The point being that Mark Millar is actually a pretty damn good writer under the right circumstances, especially when it comes to Superman. He won an Eisner Award for his writing on Superman Adventures, the comic tie-in to the Superman animated series. But because he's written some bad comics and his last name is technically Miller, even if it's spelled differently, not only is today a PSA hell, but it's Miller time. Also, we never learn why his name is Raver. I imagine his usual tactic for fighting supervillains is to go up to them with glow sticks and jump up and down in front of them. The Cosmic Cube can do anything. Can it unlock new skins and hats in Among Us? The Cosmic Cube can do anything. Can it finally help me destroy rock and roll?
Some kind of riddle or equation. Here's an equation for you. This comic plus fire equals happy fun times.
Gas. The brothers fired gas. Classical gas. Batman realizes that it's actually some kind of hallucinogenic gas. You'd think with how many times he encounters this with the Scarecrow that he'd be used to this by now. There is no glass. There are no wounds. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. I am no child. I am a man.
Cake batter. Cake batter stops changelings. You would think it would be some sort of magical sort of, hey!
Hell? My Little Pony? And until the investigation is completed, the school's hotline service is suspended. What the hell for? Why did you guys pick an entire committee for this thing if Shanna is the only important member? Was she the only one answering phones? Hell, every implication in this comic is that Miss Wilson is the one who's really in charge. Why can't she appoint someone else to take over in the meantime? Why isn't there a second in command for this sort of thing? Why the hell is this the plan the drug dealers went with? And how did they know it would work? Does this mean the Archie sponsorship is getting pulled? Why would this plan last more than a day or two, since it'll be easy to track down that there's no evidence to support the accusation? Why did it take Black Canary 6 months to reach Gotham and start harassing criminals if she was instantly inspired by Batman's antics in Gotham? Why am I suddenly holding a Weedle instead of the comic? Aren't you giving me fire powers?
I ain't got 20 acres. I got 43. Now I ain't got a brand new come by harvester, and I'll give you the key. 'Cause I ain't got a brand new come by
Iron Man.
Come on now, let's get together. I ain't got 20 acres.
The hell was that?
43. Now I ain't got a
I will win this staring contest. Okay. My happy pills have kicked in. The appropriate response to that line of questions is the Batman Forever clip.
It just raises too many questions.
You tell him, Val Kilmer. You tell him. Anyway, Agapito taps on her window and tells her he doesn't trust the Americans for locking them up. But Agapito, you did the same thing last night. That was when we could not tell who was a demon and who was human. Now that we have all tested negative, why don't they simply fly us out of here? And actually, no question mark for that question. Maybe they killed that question mark because they thought it was infected.
Perhaps we are to undergo another test. Extreme caution must be exercised in this matter. If the Americans transported an infected person into the general population, think of the consequences. The thing could become a celebrity figure of the likes of One Direction or Justin Bieber.
Dios mío, you're right! You are being too logical! We're fighting Americans here! Where does logic enter into anything about them? I love this line. It explains so much about this miniseries and offers so many joke opportunities in a story like this. You are being too logical. Logical? You're talking about the woman who's in love with the crazy bearded man who keeps burning down your camp, who might be an alien imposter that she barely knows. You are being too logical!
There is logic in what he says.
That's enough for the moment. Anyway, Agapito decides to go investigate what's going on. Hell, we're kind of cheating with this one already because one of the episodes of the month is going over to Late Night Double Feature instead. It's just I'm restricting them to talking about the same franchise, so we've got, like, brand synergy and crap like that. Hey, I don't mind. Just means I get to talk about some more movies and maybe get a cash return of my own. And yet you rent my space to do it. Gotta spend money to make money.
If you really wanted to make some money, you should have filmed it over here for the rest of your show. My children love it!
They really didn't.
At least it's better than filming on that idiot's set.
Go to hell, Baba Dork.
Been there, done that, sold glow-in-the-dark t-shirts.
How come you're okay with him using your set? You got all pissy when Linksano did.
Because he was using my long box and my show name. It's different. Besides, this guy actually talks about horror all the time, unlike some people I could name.
Why, thank you, strange makeup person.
It's not makeup.